This is CNN.
The photos show a broken collarbone and what appear to be tire marks across her abdomen. Romilda Aparecida Ferreira uses these pictures to tell her story. Ferreira says she worked for 3 years as a call girl and as a stripper at the nightclub Apples in Brasilia. On December 29th, she and 3 co-workers left the club with a group of Americans from the U.S. Embassy security team. We had drinks and chatted, and then we each set a price, she says. In Brazil, prostitution is legal. The police report says the men, 3 Marines and 1 embassy employee, called for an embassy van and driver to pick them up. But the lengthy police report has contradictory accounts about what happened next. After they left this strip club in the van, Ferreira says she was violently thrown out of the car by one of the Marines after she argued with the Brazilian driver. Other witnesses say she was rudely forced out. Now the Marines say she simply stepped out of the car and injured herself when she tried to get back in. Everyone agrees the van took off while Ferreira was holding on to the door handle. That's when it dragged me and ripped the skin off my leg, she says. I let go, and then the back tire drove over me, literally right over me. According to the police report, the van stopped and the other women got out. Then, with the embassy staffers inside, the van drove off, leaving Ferreira in the road. This week in Brasilia, U.S. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta said the men were disciplined.
They are no longer in this country. They were reduced in rank, and they were severely punished for that behavior. I have no tolerance for that kind of conduct, not here or any place in the world.
Questions about prostitution made for awkward moments at the U.S. State Department briefing.
Members of the Foreign Service are prohibited from engaging in notoriously disgraceful conduct, which includes frequenting prostitutes and engaging in public or promiscuous sexual relations, or engaging in sexual activity that could open the employee up to the possibility of blackmail, coercion, or improper influence. So the degree to which any employee requires investigation, that's the standard that they're held to. And what a subject to be talking about on Bring Your Kid to Work Day.
Ferreira says she's no longer working as a prostitute. She says she turned down an offer of $2,000 from the embassy for medical expenses because it wasn't enough for a broken collarbone, 3 broken ribs, and a punctured lung. Meanwhile, her attorney is preparing a civil suit. It's not a question of money, it's a question of honor and reputation, he says. If money will make them suffer and recognize how much pain they've caused, then let it be money. Machado says Brazilian prosecutors are considering criminal charges against the Americans, including assault. But since the men are no longer in the country, it's not clear whether they would ever face trial in Brazil.
This is CNN.